I see dead people. Don't worry, boo, it's not as creepy as it sounds. But we've all heard that line before, right? From The Sixth Sense, and the little boy is like in his bed and he's like, I see dead people. And it totally made everyone afraid to look under their bed. But for me and so many sensitives like you, that line isn't scary. It's actually comforting. Because when I say I feel dead people, I really mean I feel love that has never left. Hi boo, it's me, Bessie the Death Fairy, certified death doula, and your spirit guide to the other side. Ding! Most people hear I see dead people and think of haunted houses, horror movies, or jump scares. But what if it's not horror at all? What if it's actually one of the most natural, loving, and human experiences we will ever have? Today, I want to walk you through what seeing dead people really means. We'll talk about how it happens, why it happens, and how you can make peace with it, so you can live your life more fully. Because boo, it's not about ghosts chasing you, it's about love finding you. So it's not a ghost story, it's a love story disguised as one. Ding. When I was around 4 or 5, we lived in England in a cottage in the middle of nowhere. No neighbors, no streets. All I remember is like super tall grass. I would have a taxi have to come pick me up to take me to school, and the only thing next to us was a cemetery. It wasn't spooky, no closing doors, no cold breezes coming out of nowhere, and no haunted dolls, thankfully. But the house was full. Not full of people, at least not living ones. It felt like when you walk into like a family reunion that you're not invited to, but somehow everyone just stops, looks, and smiles at you. That's what it felt like all the time. The air felt heavy and warm, and like you can hear little whispers like psh, psh, psh. And even as a little kid, I can feel that the house is alive, not with fear or dread, but with people. And though I didn't see them with like my eyes, my physical sight, I felt them, and if I closed my eyes, it's like I could see them with my internal eyes. And I definitely knew that they were around. They were just doing their own thing, just like I was doing my own thing, and we just did our own things linearly, like together. I totally could sense their presence, and I'm sure you have too. When you walk into a space and it just feels full, sensing their presence. Or maybe when you walk into a place and you know that someone was just laughing or crying, that kind of energy. That kind of energy lingers, and it's not always visual, it's emotional. So seeing dead people doesn't mean seeing them with your physical eyes. That's actually the hardest thing to do. Seeing them means you feel them with your inner senses, your spidey senses, your subtle senses, your sixth senses, and more. Knowing and sensing, it's all a kind of sight. Ask anybody who can't use their eyes properly. They don't see with their eyes. They see with all of the other senses that they have. And for me, that's where it happened. That cozy little haunted cottage where the air was full of company. Around the same time, I remember taking a field trip to London, because I didn't live in London. I lived outside of London in a little cottage in England, in the middle of nowhere, right? So in school, they take us to a field trip to London, and we go to the Tower of London. Now, I just remember that name sounding so brutal. I don't know why. I didn't understand what it meant to be in a tower. And then you see the little pamphlet, and you see like people beheaded, and they had little wax statues, and it's so creepy. But when you walk into the tower, you just feel presence. And you don't have to be super sensitive to feel it. It is very, very heavy. Now, it is heavy with ghosts, spirits who have died, who have not crossed over. And it's also heavy with the energy that has been there for, I want to say centuries and ages. Is there a word? Stages? Forever, right? Think of all the stuff that happened there. Think of all the energy that has been left behind. It's just heavy. And as a little kid, I didn't really know what ghosts were, other than something wearing a sheet, kind of like these little ghosties here. I was like, what does it mean? What does this fullness mean? The energy felt thick. It felt sad. It felt heavy. And it felt dreadful, but not from my perspective. From others' perspective, like, oh, something happened here. You just pick up on it, right? And it was walking into like 1,000 unspoken stories at once. And it never left me. Like, okay, I can sense things. And apparently not everyone can. Because when you think of like, okay, talking to your friends, like, oh, this place is crazy haunted. They're gonna be like, or I don't think I understood it was haunted at the time, but it's like, oh, this place feels weird. And they're gonna be like, what do you mean? You know, they're kids. They're just like thinking about like, oh, someone died here, ha ha ha. They're not thinking about someone died here. Like, what does that actually mean? To a child, what does death really mean, right? They don't understand death yet. Then again, it didn't scare me. It just made me aware that this is the thing. This happens. So when I say I see dead people, I don't mean it in the Hollywood sense, in the Sixth Sense movie way. I mean that I sense love, energy, and memory that's still here, even if the body isn't. And for some of us, that awareness is a gift. It's a sensitivity. Claim it. Wear it proud. And for others, it's just always been there. And you know, it's great. It's great, and it's not sometimes, because you kind of look like the crazy person or the weirdo, or oh, they're talking about ghosts again, or they're saying they felt something, or they're asking, did you see that? Did you feel that? When no one else does. It's a blessing and a curse. So now let's talk about why spirits appear. Pop culture makes them look like villains, like they're here to torment or terrify. But in truth, most spirits of people who have died and not crossed over, these ghosts, they're not here to hurt you or scare you. They're trying to connect. Think about the movie The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis and the little boy, Haley Joel Osment. Now, this cute little boy is terrified because he sees spirits. He sees these dead people walking around, and he doesn't know what to do with it. And they look like the way that they died. So if somebody got shot, he'll see the blood and the stuff. If somebody got poisoned, he'll see the poisoning coming out. And so this little kid's like scared out of his wits. At the end, spoiler alert, he realizes that they're not here to scare him. Although they may seem scary because of what happened to their bodies, they are here to ask for help. They're like, what happened to me? I don't understand. And this is one of the things about when spirits die, or when people die, and their spirit chooses not to cross over, because usually it is a choice whether it's a conscious or subconscious one, then they are showing up as confused or stubborn or just wanting to stay human. Right? They had a great life, or they had an awful life, whatever it is. They don't want to go to the spirit world yet, and they're choosing to stay here. And I remember watching that movie. God, it came out in the 90s, right? I don't know how old I was. It came out 10 or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I remember watching it and being like, wow, so relatable and so true. These ghosts aren't scary all the time. They can be. Like, if you're walking alone and you feel something, that creepy crawly sensation is scary. That's a jump scare. Yeah, that does feel scary. But ghosts aren't there trying to be like, hey, they just want to either be seen, or they want to live through you vicariously and attaching to you. That's not cool. It's not scary, but it's not cool. Or they're confused. They're just like, what is happening? Where am I? They think they're still alive sometimes. And one thing is, if you are sensitive to them, to these spirits or ghosts, they will come to you like the bat signal. You are the bat signal, and here comes Batman, like that. They are so attracted to people who can see them, because it's pretty lonely being a spirit without a body here in the spirit world, here in the physical world. It's pretty lonely being a bodiless spirit here on Earth, where everyone has a body except for them. It doesn't feel good. So they gravitate towards people who can perceive them or see them. And because I would always get so many around me. Good ones, so-so ones, and not so good ones. And when I say not so good ones, those are the vampiric kind. I want to just take all my energy because they want to live through me. So it wasn't scary, it was more overwhelming. And it was annoying. I was so open to the spirit world, I always have been, that I just let anything come in. Just like I always warned, don't play with a Ouija board or some kind of spirit attracting device without setting boundaries, because you'll get somebody, but what are you going to do with that somebody? Are you going to be like, here, feed off of me? Don't. Love yourself enough to not be somebody's dinner. So I don't know how we do it. We would just radiate to them, or they notice something in our energy field is something that they are attracted to. So if this is you probably have had a lot of hauntings, or you probably have felt and sensed a lot of strange things, right? Don't be upset. Just embrace your sensitivity. It's a strength. Trust me. But boundaries, boo. Boundaries. Set those boundaries. Don't let any boo in. You want the right boo to be in your vicinity. The kind ones, the loving ones, the ancestral ones, the ones in your family or friend group. No one else. You can't be Captain Save a Boo. You can't go to like a place where there's a lot of misery, right? Of the boo kind, the spirit kind, the ghost kind, and try to save them, because not everyone has your best intentions at heart, and they play at your heartstrings just like a normal person would, and some can be player ghosts and trick you into, like, you know, feeding off of you. Don't put yourself in that situation. But above all things, they do deserve respect, because they are, like we are, spirits, but we just have a body. They've had a family. They've had heartbreak. They've had good times and hard times, so they know what it's like to be human. They're just clinging on to that humanity. You don't have to communicate with them, but you don't have to hate them. And don't go into a haunted place and start yelling at them, or like getting your devices out and like, are you here? If you're here, say something. Like, how annoying is that? Have respect for the space. If you have to ask, are you here? Then something's probably there. Otherwise, like, why would you just go around to a place and be like, is this place haunted? Usually when places are not haunted, you're not going to be asking those questions. I was going to say, would you go into a preschool and say, is this haunted? But yeah, I've actually worked in a haunted preschool. And something you can do that I like to do is I acknowledge them. I just say, whether mentally or verbally, I see you, but leave me alone, kindly. Sorry, I'm not here to help you. Your loved ones are waiting for you in the spirit world. Cross over. Whenever you're ready, they are there waiting for you. I'm not going to hold their hand and do it, though I have done it. Trust me, I did that whole like saving ghosts stage phase. I don't think it was worth all the energy I gave out, but that's okay. That's just me. Keep your calm, keep your cool, and ground yourself always. When you're around spirit energy, your energy is going to vibrate high, because you're just attracted to that energy. You're going to go, ooh. So bring yourself down. Bring yourself to this grounded space. Otherwise, you're going to be up there, and your head's literally going to be in the clouds, and you're not going to understand what's happening in your physical world. So pay attention. And let's be honest, boos, sometimes the vibes can get pretty noisy. Like you're trying to sleep, but something is just keeping you up. This happens to me a lot during full moons. I don't know why. Something about the full moon energy just really enhances my sensitivity and my hearing them, feeling them, sensing them. And do you remember a few years ago there was a Halloween that was a full moon, and it was just like a crazy time? That was a really noisy night for me. So don't let them bug you when you're sleeping. Don't let the jolt of fear kick in. Don't let them, pull your hair or your clothes. Just say, hey, I feel you, I see you. No. Bounce. And if you want help on how you can clear your home of unwanted energies, I have a really great free resource for you. It's a class in my Spirit Connection Made Easy school. So jump on in, take it, use it, cleanse your home, cleanse your space, cleanse your car, cleanse your everything. It helps. And this is not something you just do once and it's like magically okay. Think about you walking around doing your thing all day, every day, and stuff that you might come home with. Just like we take a shower every day, we need to do that energetic cleansing. Not every day. I mean, every day would be awesome, but every so often. So you have a nice, clean energy. Also, be aware that when you're picking up on these spirits and ghosts, you will feel it, right? You will get the goosebumps. You'll get the stomach wheeziness and all the things. You'll feel the temperature shifts. And remember, we are told that this is bad. This is scary. This is a demon all the time. Especially when you're watching like scary movies, it's always a demon. And back in the day when they were like ghost hunting shows, it was always a demon. Is his name Chip Coffey? There's like this one paranormal show I used to remember watching, and it was always a demon. And I'm just like, okay, how and why? No, don't believe any of that BS. You are being groomed to be scared of your own strength. If you are weak, if you're dumb, and if you don't feel things, you're really easy to control. Your strength is in your sensitivity, because then you know when somebody's lying. Then you know when something is around. Then you know when to, run or stay, because you can use your spidey sense. If Spider-Man was asked to take away his spidey sense, do you think he would say yes? No, he would keep his spidey sense, but he would learn to use it in a really helpful way, right? So that's what you need to do. Use your spidey sense to your advantage. Don't let it scare you. We live in a culture that glorifies fear. Horror movies, ghost stories, the church. Any church, many churches, they always want to warn you about something that will take your soul. Like, oh my God, that's their gimmick, because they want to control you. So feeling a presence doesn't automatically mean danger. It just means that your sensitivity is turned up. So here's what you do when your sensitivity is really heightened, or you're feeling a lot of stuff. Step 1, notice that it's happening right here, right now. Speak it. I feel you. I see you. I sense that. It might even help to even say where you are, like, I'm in a room, I just felt a gust of wind, it kind of spooked me, but I know that I'm safe. You know what I mean? When you say where you are, you instantly ground. Then you speak to the energy that you're feeling, and you don't, yeah, it feels silly at first, but when you just say, hey, I see you, it usually goes away. For the most part, they're going to be like, they saw me. Bounce. Step 2, breathe deep breaths into your belly. Keep that grounding going. Secure yourself. Remind your body it's not scary, it's just energy. And number 3, speak your peace. I am surrounded by love and light. Only love can be in my field. Call in your loved ones from spirit, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle who is so fun, or whoever, your best friend, whoever you have that's in spirit, call them in to say, be with me right now. I don't feel good. And if you don't have any dead people, call in your spirit guides or your angels. Everyone that has that high vibrational energy that is here to help you and guide you, call them in. Lots of people like to work with angels. They are a really beautiful introductory spirit guide because they are so high vibrationally. They come really close from source or God energy that it just feels so comforting and so nice. Use that energy to just protect you. And guess what? Humor can clear energy really fast. Laugh it off. Watch something funny. Listen to something funny. That will always help lighten the mood, literally. And you can even be stupid. You can be like, sorry boo, auditions for like Haunted Mansion 3 are in the other room, not in here. You know, like you can literally be get out or yeah, not today Satan kind of thing. Be fun with him. And humor reminds the energy and you that fear does not belong here. Not invited to your party. Fear is the sensitivity without the grounding, right? Makes sense, right? The more you ground, the more powerful and peaceful your energetic connection will become. Trust me, I am somebody that continues to take classes, that continues to meditate, that continues to go deeper with my soul work and spirit work. I'm never going to end. I'm going to be like 80, still doing these classes, still going deeper because it's never ending. And I want to always continue to strengthen my spirit, to strengthen my soul, to strengthen my spirit work connection. And you don't have to close off your gifts. You're welcome to if you want, but just anchor them. Anchor them by doing what we're talking about now. So if you're listening to this and thinking, oh my God, this is so me, then listen closely. You're not haunted, you are connected. Connected. Sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a language. It's how spirit speaks through you. You're tuned into the subtle, and that's what makes you a bridge between worlds. Welcome. And you don't have to prove it, and you don't have to apologize for it. And you definitely do not have to hide it. Just start by reframing your experiences. That shadow in the corner of my eye, memory. Maybe that's the spirit. That song that plays when you miss someone, maybe it's a hello. That sudden warmth you feel when you're lonely, maybe it's somebody visiting you. These are sacred experiences, not scary ones. The goal isn't to get rid of them, it's to understand them. So let them know. I'm here, I'm listening, I love you. And then notice how the air feels. I bet you it'll feel light. When it's your loved one in spirit, it always feels light, or it feels like a big, huge hug. If it feels calm, that's your confirmation. No chaos. You're always going to be a little haunted, boo, let's be real. But it doesn't have to be scary. You're haunted by love, by memories, by presence, and that's beautiful. So if you ever felt something that you couldn't explain, and somebody told you it wasn't real, I want you to notice that was connection. That was love reaching out to you. That was your awakening, your aha moment. You're not crazy, you're not broken, you are tuned in. Unagi. If you know that episode from Friends. And you don't have to walk this path alone. Come, join me in my community, Spirit Connection Made Easy, because that's literally what I want to do. I want to show you how easy connecting to spirit is and how helpful. It's a space where you can share stories, learn to manage your energy, and connect with others who see the world like you do. Because the unseen doesn't have to feel isolating. It can be the most beautiful invitation to love that you will ever receive. So boo, until next time, keep your heart open, keep your energy grounded, and keep your sense of humor intact. Spirit is calling when you answer the call. Bing!